Trump is the most corrupt president in American history, and we're not even telling the full story.
Which crime?
I'm glad that you brought up the quid pro quo part, because the part that we're missing is this $2 billion investment from the UAE was facilitated by the founder of Binance, CZ. The founder of Binance was subsequently pardoned by Donald Trump, and Trump has benefited off of this crypto. He leveraged the hype of his inauguration to the day before announce a cryptocurrency named Trump Coin, but that wasn't enough, because then he announced Melania Coin, but that wasn't enough, because then he created this pardon economy where people can pay into his campaigns or his family, and they get directly pardoned. Do you agree with the pardon of CZ, the founder of Binance, who helped funnel money into Moss?
Joe talked about crypto and what it means to be the crypto president, how he's tried to embrace crypto in a way no one else has. He's leading the charge, and I think most Americans believe in him. I don't think anyone that voted for him believes he's trying to make money while they are suffering.
Well, I'll say.
MAGA pundits were annihilated last night on Abby Phillip show for defending Trump's $1 billion profits from crypto. Progressive journalist Adam Mockler fact-checked the MAGA pundits so hard that he made them look like complete idiots. Now, I'm going to play some clips from the show, and I'll give my opinion as we go.
The right accused Hunter Biden of profiting off the presidency. They called him a crook and a grifter. Well, tonight, what would those same people call Donald Trump and his family? Because we're learning just how much richer the presidency is making Trump. According to a new financial disclosure, the president made more than $1 billion in his first year of back in office from crypto ventures alone. He made more than $500 million from the sale of tokens tied to firms managed in part by his sons, and another $635 million from a licensing agreement with Celebration Coins. And even Mar-a-Lago earned him more than $70 million in that 1 year. According to the New York Times, one of his biggest hauls in 2025 came when an investment firm tied to the United Arab Emirates bought nearly half of the Trump family's main crypto company, World Liberty Financial, a transaction that blurs the lines between foreign policy and private enterprise. Now, the scope and the scale of Trump's holdings continues an unprecedented streak of profit-making for a sitting president. But while the White House denies any conflicts of interest, Trump has promoted businesses and policies that stand to benefit him and his family, particularly in the area of crypto. Now, before we open it up to the table here, I want to invite you at home to join this debate. Go to cnn.com/Abby and weigh in, and we'll get to some of your comments throughout the show. But let's start with the billions of dollars that Trump has made in just 1 year. It's an astounding amount of money, Joe. And I wonder how you justify that after all the years of Republicans making a huge issue out of Hunter Biden, making perhaps let's be generous, $4 or $5 million.
Well, it's not the dollar amount per se. It's the potential quid pro quo. It's also a chain of emails that were found on his laptop, essentially saying put 10% aside for the big guy, meaning the person in office, the person who's covered by conflict of interest laws, the person who's covered by public officers law, not necessarily Hunter Biden himself. There is a differential. There's a difference there.
So that's, let's say that that's all true. So are you concerned about Donald Trump, literally on paper, he disclosed it, making over $1 billion just from crypto alone, including a transaction that involves a foreign nation, that he is literally right now, as we speak, involved in very delicate negotiations on behalf of the United States when it comes to the war that's going on in the Middle East?
We should all be concerned about people in public office profiting off their office. That's why there is disclosure.
So are you concerned?
Trump's disclosure was 927 pages. He's one of the top 1% wealthiest Americans.
So are you concerned?
That's not a secret. I'm not a secret because I can look at the document and see what's there. We're
Joe,
talking about it right now.
are you concerned about how much money Trump has raked in 1 year?
Am I concerned with a billionaire making more billions on more money? No, I'm not. In fact, look, nobody, let me just sum up. Nobody who voted for Donald Trump, a guy with, skyscrapers with his name on it, with a plane that has his name on it, is suspect of him making money. That's not the problem.
Let me get this straight.
He made his whole career talking about how much money he
Donald
made.
Trump, in the year before he was president, 2024, made, let's call it an eighth. It's a fraction of it. It's like about $500-600 million in total in 2024. Now we're looking at billions of dollars. So the amount of money that the president has raked in while sitting in the White House is beyond anything that I think people can even conceptualize. We are talking about billions of dollars.
But you're using innuendo and conjecture to say there's something nefarious. There's no actual evidence.
It's actually just a fact that the only thing that's changed about Donald Trump is that he's president now.
Joe, you make a great politician weaving around all of these answers. The reality of the situation is Trump is the most corrupt president in American history, and we're not even telling the full story.
What's crime?
I'm glad that you brought up the quid pro quo part, because the part that we're missing is this $2 billion investment from the UAE was facilitated by the founder of Binance, CZ. The founder of Binance was subsequently pardoned by Donald Trump, and Trump has benefited off of this crypto. He leveraged the hype of his inauguration to the day before announce a cryptocurrency named Trump Coin, but that wasn't enough, because then he announced Melania Coin, but that wasn't enough, because then he created this pardon economy where people can pay into his campaigns or his family and they get directly pardoned. Do you agree with the pardon of CZ, the founder of Binance, who helped funnel money into Moss?
I'm going to stop here for a bit. Guys, one thing that really makes me sick is that not only did millions of MAGA morons in our country decide that Trump is above the law, but they also apparently give zero Fs about how much he enriched himself, his family, and his cronies via an absolutely comical level of corruption. All this money he's making by undermining the laws of this country, every penny of it, along with the rest of his wealth and his family's, should be confiscated after he's tossed in jail. He's a traitor, and he should be in prison for the rest of his life. Guys, I feel like this is the most openly corrupt administration of our lifetime. This administration doesn't give a damn about the law. They have absolutely zero fear of consequences. And to be honest, it is a very frightening thing.
Do you agree with the pardon?
There's no question
Wait,
that
no,
Donald
don't do the
Trump
politician thing. Do you
there's
agree
no
with the
question
pardon?
that Donald Trump has been pro-crypto.
Uniquely
he
corrupt.
ran on saying,
It's not
I'm pro-crypto. We're going to pass the Genius Act, which they did.
Joe.
We're going to
He's so
deregulate
pro-crypto that
We're
he's
going to have crypto.
making
We're going to be
himself rich as hell.
We're going to be the crypto capital
My
of the world.
friend Joe.
It's no
So
surprise
Hunter
that
Biden
he's
is
investing.
pro-painting. Hunter Biden didn't hide the fact that he's pro-painting.
Let me help
Hunter Biden was
you. Let
pardoned
me help
for
you,
crimes
Joe.
he may not committed.
Donald Trump
That's
has
a different
pardoned
standard. So
thousands
when
of
you talk
people.
about pardons, let's not forget the fact that the previous president had to pardon his son for crimes.
What about the fact that he removed tariffs
This
on
president didn't have to
Vietnam?
do that when he left office.
Can I just add? Okay.
Not yet.
I just have a couple questions. So I don't think that public officials should be making money that on the backs of the American people or using the American interest to make money. Perhaps Hunter Biden did it, and perhaps Donald Trump is doing it. But I actually wonder if the American people actually care. I'm not sure that they do. So if we want to concede the point that they're like, you know what, you're the president, we live in a capitalist society, let's do it. I think my biggest issue is that Americans are suffering right now, and he just made $1 billion. And so the people who voted for him, I just want to ask them, did you make $1 billion? Did you make $1 million? Did you make 100,000?
That's a great
Did you make
political argument. It's a fair political
$10,000? Did you make
argument,
1,000? Or are you in debt right now? And if you're in debt right now, the man in the White House is profiting off of you. And that is my biggest issue. The corruption is there, but I'm not sure the voters care about that. But I do think the voters care about them suffering while this man gets rich on
So to Ashley's point, just on this, the crypto ventures that they've been involved in, Trump launched this meme coin that was actually heavily supported by just regular people who...
Trump supporters.
Yeah, just Trump supporters, right? And when you look at this chart, what it shows you is that the red line is what investors, a lot of them regular people, made from this crypto venture. It goes into the negatives, negative $2.8 billion, $2.28 billion. The Trump organization, on the other hand, they're in the positive. They've made $2.29 billion. So, Elizabeth, look, Ashley is making an important point. Even if you don't care about the perception of corruption, about the perception of self-dealing, that the president is making policy that he directly benefits from, if you're one of his supporters, shouldn't it bother you that he was enriched while you were ripped off?
You know, it's an interesting question because I can tell you as someone who's traveled the country on the campaign, I've talked to his supporters. I talked to thousands probably of his supporters, many of whom told me one of the sole reasons they were voting for him was because he was a billionaire who they believed had made enough money and proven himself that they wanted him in that Oval Office. I don't think anyone thinks he's profiting off of them. I think they think that he is leading the charge and trying to show people what it means to actually do something different. Joe talked about crypto and what it means to be the crypto president, how it, you know, he's tried to embrace crypto in a way no one else has. He's leading the charge, and I think most Americans believe in him. I don't think anyone that voted for him believes he's trying to make money while they are suffering.
Well, can I just say, I think maybe he's not profiting off of them, but he's profiting without them.
No, he's
Yeah,
profiting.
I don't think so. I think most people that voted for him believe that he's trying to make the kind of
But
policy
they're not.
at the same time.
They're not.
That's not
Because
true.
they
Things
are-
If you didn't
no,
see
things
all the
are
talk-
getting better. So
if
that's
you
not
haven't
true.
seen a guy run for office talking about deregulating crypto and talking about how we should be
certainly
investing
did
in
that.
crypto, right?
Yeah.
It's totally fair. And if that's what, if that's all he was
my
doing,
point to you is, if you didn't see that and read the tea leaves and say, "Darn, I should probably put a couple of dollars in Bitcoin,"
They
get involved
did.
in
What
the
about
market.
Trump coin?
And they lost.
Yeah, Trump coin. You
Put
should
the money there.
Look,
It seemed to have not worked out well for
we
them.
have a president who has made a policy point to deregulate crypto. That's a fundamentally good thing for our
I think
economy.
we're conflating issues here.
I think more
Yeah,
people
we
should
are.
be investing in it.
Exactly.
But
Because
if
I don't
the
think
president benefits,
but-
because the economy,
but
the
Joe,
economy's
this isn't
doing
really
well and the president's benefiting.
This
it's
isn't
fine.
really. I'm going to let Camille in, but this isn't really about. Oh, he's deregulating crypto.
Mm-hmm.
He is profiting off of making regulatory moves that directly benefit his family's companies.
Guys, I hate that every crime of Donald Trump is so normalized at this point. Like, nobody cares that he's robbing us blind. This is the most corrupt president we've ever had. No one else even comes close. Guys, I am so disappointed in our entire system that I believe Trump will never be held legally responsible for any of his wrongdoings. And unfortunately, there's one legal system for the rich and one legal system for the average person. Trump has enough money to endlessly tie up any legal proceedings through endless countersuits and appeals. These $1 billion, which he made from crypto, is a proper scam that he did with millions of Americans. He made them buy his coin, and then he pulled the rug. Now MAGA will say this is a deep state conspiracy to make him look bad or proof that he's a genius that can't lose. I mean, it is just sick.
And I think the more concerning thing is that a huge sum of this wealth that we just described comes from a deal with a foreign nation, okay? Essentially, the UAE is involved in a deal that basically bought out the Trump family crypto company, more than half of the company, leaving the Trump family massively richer. And it turns out Donald Trump personally himself. So, I mean, when the founders talked about, preventing presidents from basically enriching themselves off of the presidency, this is basically they weren't envisioning crypto, but they were envisioning things like this from foreign governments.
Yeah, I'd say this. Look, during the first term, it was entirely defensible to talk about Donald Trump's track record of having made all of this money, his vast real estate holdings, the expectation that his family was still going to be in business. Fine, I can accept that. What's happened subsequently is something else entirely. His sons are enriching themselves, investing in rare earth minerals. They're now defense contractors, and now they're crypto tycoons. They didn't have a competency for any of these industries before. Now there is so much credible reporting at this point on an almost daily, weekly basis now of them having insider information and making trades and dealing with companies who are directly involved with the administration.
So
It is
Joe
impossible
keeps
to
talking
do.
about the big guy email. The New York Times' story about this mining deal. The president directly negotiated this contract between this mining company that his sons are invested in and the United States government. It's not a cryptic email. It's an actual phone call with the president on the line, and his sons stand to benefit from it. So again, even if you were to concede every possible thing that Hunter Biden did wrong, wouldn't you at the very least have to acknowledge that this is bad?
Well, with this contract, we're talking about tungsten mining in Kazakhstan. China just cut off our exports of tungsten. We need defense. Tungsten is used in warheads.
Yeah,
it's
we
used in
understand.
fighter jets, all
But
this
why
stuff, right?
is,
So
why,
we
but
need our
why
own
is it
supply
okay
of
that the
tungsten.
president's sons are involved
It's
in a
not.
major
Even from the article I read, it
deal
said the president's son invested in the company after this deal was done.
So,
not
Joe,
before.
Hold on,
if Hunter
hold on.
Biden had done this,
Why is it
would you
that-
say the
why
same
I
is
read the
thing?
same article. It said
No. Can we
a
flip
company
characters?
that's involved with the sons, Dominari Securities, invested in this company after this deal was done.
Can we? But if Hunter Biden
Is it
did the
not
same thing,
problematic that the president's sons are directly standing to benefit from a company that is getting government money, essentially, that the president himself helped negotiate?
Look, again, if there's quid pro
Abby.
quo. if there's-
Abby, but here's the thing. I don't think.
I'm not even saying there's a
Abby.
quid
But
pro
that's the
quo.
crime. That's the
I'm
crime.
just saying
The
that
crime is that.
you were trying to say to me that
Yes.
Hunter Biden committed a crime because some person named the big guy was mentioned in an email. I'm talking about a phone call with the president.
Joe, how about this? Okay, let's remove the existing fact pattern just to see, like, if we have the same standard of ethics right now. A Democratic president has a son who may be enriching himself from insider information of the government and benefiting off of that information. Is that wrong?
Kickback to the president? Yes.
A Republican president.
Is there a kickback to the president? Yeah, it's wrong.
Okay. I think if you apply the fact pattern here, they're the same fact pattern, so your answer should have been easy the last 3 rounds of questions.
If the president,
go ahead.
Can I just say this entire conversation is infuriating. If there was a Biden coin or an Obama coin, conservatives would be balled up in a curl, you'd be curled up in a ball crying. I would not be doing ads for it. It's not just that Donald Trump has enriched himself; it's that he's sold access to the presidency. He's created the executive club. He's allowed tariffs to dictate foreign policy in such a way where he tariffed Vietnam, removed the tariffs, and then 1 week later he got a $1.2 billion golf course. You want to know about the quid pro quo? We gave the UAE access to a bunch of very special chips the same week that they invested $2 billion in Donald Trump's personal crypto firm. Do you condemn that? Do you condemn the pardoning of CZ? Do you condemn Justin's son, who scammed Americans and then was allowed back into the United States after Trump dropped an investigation? Is any of this above board?
Yeah, I mean, look, again, if you have the evidence that there is a quid pro quo crime, then bring it to the table.
What if I present the evidence and you just reject it? You reject it entirely.
Well, people did bring crimes and he was convicted of felonies, and that wasn't enough.
Trump's corruption.
Using conjecture and innuendo. Without
it's not conjecture.
It's not conjecture, Joe.
I wonder if we could just go
I don't know. I mean,
lower.
look, the numbers are on a piece of paper, and as you point out, it's disclosed. It's not like, you're right, it's not like they're hiding the sums of money. Mm-hmm. It's billions of dollars.
The
it's
reason
written
we know this
on
is in
paper.
a public disclosure.
But is it
Joe,
okay?
It's not conjecture.
That's a
all I'm
problem.
saying.
Just because it's public, is it okay?
Is it against the law?
Can we acknowledge that it's profoundly unseemly for the president
You don't
and
have
his
to defend
family
this
to be
stuff.
making
I
all
would
of this
prefer
money?
the president not make money.
Okay.
That's the closest we'll get. That's the closest we'll get. Maybe we shouldn't.
Lock it in.
Maybe we shouldn't scam the Americans.
Final answer.
He's not directing the company.
We might have to get some truth serum.
Final answer, Joe. Lock it in. Come on, phone a friend.
Next for us, we've got
All right, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow with another video.